Bullhorn, Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
My bite's not close to my bark buddies. And slid down so we can see a red suitcase right here for law enforcement if they're watching and you guys would like to come back here. Of her being out here. So this is what we're doing today. We will see you guys back here real soon.
Say this right here, baby, because some of y'all be acting like y'all don't be seeing it. But, baby, playing victim in a situation that you created, oh, yeah, baby, that's narcissistic as hell to me. Hello, somebody. How you gonna create the storm, then get mad when it rain? How you hurt somebody and then get mad that they hurt? How you damage somebody, go outside your way to destroy a person and then get mad when they no longer want to deal with you? Baby, playing a victim in a situation that you created, oh, baby, that's that's narcissistic as hell to me. I'm sorry, but it is.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Morning, my beautiful people of YouTube. I hope you guys are having a rocking Wednesday as we're sliding into our weekend. I wanted to do something a little different today. So, one of the reasons why I'm Bullhorn Betty is a very specific and a very special case near and dear to my heart. And it is the Gabby Petito case. This is a case where it was a missing girl. We knew that something terrible had happened. A friend of mine had been contacted by a family member of Gabby Petito's. I was at a political event and they had asked me, that there was this girl. They knew a little bit about my story and had asked me if I wanted to participate in, going out there and seeing what we could do as far as bringing attention to the case and finding out information for this particular person. Now, it wasn't the Schmitz or the Petitos. It was an extended family member that had reached out. So that was the only way I would have eventually heard about the case through the news and whatnot, but that's how we learned of this case. And so we went out there, we started looking into the case, and I can't remember what it was, but we were out front and decided that we were going to do a protest every 5 minutes, every hour on the hour. We knew at this point, just through some information that we had, we knew that the Laundries had hung up the phone on the Petitos. We knew that they had blocked them. We knew that there was their son had come back home. A little less than that. I mean, we didn't really know a whole lot at the time, so we started doing, digging in and figuring out what was going on. Either way, this case blew up. It blew up to, I don't think anybody had a clue where this case was going. I don't think anybody could have prepared themselves for, news organizations literally camping out in front of people's yards, people from all over the world coming in. I can't remember how many news organizations that I had interviewed with all over the world, French, BBC. I mean, every Telemundo. I mean, imagine every network imaginable, even networks we've never heard of, were out there in front of Brian Laundrie's house. It was the biggest thing I had personally ever witnessed. And mind you, I'm in politics, go to political events, and we kind of accustomed to like the media stages behind certain things, but this was just seeing this in a community was just something that was surreal. I can't express it or explain it. But before we dive in, we're going to start taking it back. We're going to look back. We're going to go kind of looking back on what was going on there. You guys are going to see some of videos that may have been posted, may have not been posted, but we are going to take a kind of a deep dive back into some of this stuff because we haven't seen it in a really long time. And some of this stuff has never been seen at all. A lot of people don't realize to the level of research and investigation that we did. I wasn't anticipating that. I was just trying to follow the information, never realizing what we were actually doing. It was just really kind of organic, but I was out in front of the laundry house. I was the blonde hair with the bullhorn, i.e. Bullhorn Betty. I was Andrew Griffin when I showed up at the laundry house. I left Bullhorn Betty by the time they found Brian Laundrie out in the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. And that's where my name came from. It's not because every time I go out somewhere, I'm protesting. It is because of that one moment in time. So good morning, Unicorn, Indiana, Victoria. Nice to see you. Inspire before you expire, the mantra of the Bullhorn Betty channel. Kim, it's nice to see you. Melinda, good morning. Who else do we have up in the house? I see MJ and Michelle and Shannon. Net L, good morning. ZA. Is that Dumplin? Is that Dumplin there changing her name just a little bit? Do I see you over there? I think I see you. I think I see you. Good morning. Good morning, love. Who else do we have? Pen 1010. Nice to see you. Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible tells me so. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wow. Nice to see you this morning. Kayla, good morning. I see you. I see you as well. Nice to see you this morning. Tip it back. 88. Let's give it a try. Let's see if it works. But first, coffee. Tipping it back for you, babe. Tipping it back for you. Good morning. Who else do we have in the house this morning? It is a nice morning. I haven't been. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning, Whitney. It's nice to see you. TLC is me. I see Ruby up in the house with us this morning. Who else? I'm trying not to pass too many people. Did I just miss somebody? Oh, I think I said hi to you, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning. I see you, Victoria. You're killing me, Smalls. Good morning. And you're killing me, Small. So Gabby was so small and cute. Brian claims he killed her because he thought he was doing a favor by taking her permanently out of her depression. Give me a break. No, there was definitely more to that than that. We all, I think we all can agree with that. Against crotch recording, good morning. Beth, it's nice to see you. Katrina is in the house. Who else? Pebbles, good morning. Good morning, love. Good morning. Rick's Clicks. That is a name I haven't seen in a little minute. Well, good morning, Love Bug. I hope everything's going well with you. Another Sonia name in here. Good morning. It's nice to see you. Who else do we have? I think we got through just about everybody. If I missed your name, I do apologize. Good morning to all, So I just thought it would be interesting. Now, this is one thing I notice. I go back every now and again just to, listen to the audio, make sure everything's working, especially with new equipment. And I noticed that there was, Maria, good morning. I noticed that there was some echoing on some of the videos that I was playing. Everything else sounded very clear, but for whatever reason, when I was playing that Layla Santanello, Jen's message to Layla, it was a little odd, to say the least. And I think Robin even said something. Now, I unplugged the equipment yesterday morning because we were having such issues when I come back from the Tennessee trip and I was going off. It's hard to go off when you're like, hey, you know what? I believe things happen for a reason. Everything that was supposed to be heard was heard. And that's just the way we roll over here, right? Jesus, take the wheel. So when I start playing these, I'm going to have to, you guys are going to have to let me know if there's any issues with the audio. We may have to play a couple things. This is the first time I'm playing videos from the computer on this show in a really long time. Usually they're already uploaded, but we are going into the file. So we are officially into this file. This file is gigabytes large. Okay. It's on a nice big old fat hard drive and everything like that. So we're just going to be going through here. I mean, I'm telling you, this was back before I knew to upload. Like, I only uploaded maybe 5% of my entire content to TikTok. That was it. I took so much recording, so much photos. Back then, I took more photos than videos. I was like, this was one of the biggest stories of my lifetime, here in my backyard. And I just was so disconnected. I mean, I was on Facebook, I did videos on Facebook that helped people, around the country build small groups and stuff like that. So I already had some type of platform that I was working off of. But this case really just, it took a life of its own. I mean, we're here 2 years later, and I think the feeling from this case is almost rehatched every time we hear a story about her, every time we hear about a court hearing with the Petitos and Schmidts and the Laundries. We're kind of almost reliving those intense feelings we had when this case was breaking. At least that's the way I experience, these things. And I just thought it was really, really interesting. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick. Hold on. I'll let you know when I need to know if you guys can hear this. Can you guys hear that music? If you guys can hear that music, we're good to go. Can you guys hear anything? No? Yes? Can you hear the music or no? Yes, yes, yes. Some people can hear it. Some people can't. Can you guys hear Olivia talking?
We were just wondering, any updates, the family will get the bottle after the case is done, or are we waiting until everything is kind of wrapped up?
It's low. Okay.
The water bottle's been turned over to the FBI. Okay. So they're handling that. It's not in our custody.
All right. So let me pause that. I just wanted to see if it was coming through. Kind of faintly. Okay. So it's not really coming through as I need it to come through. So let me see if I can pull the video file, which kind of sucks a little bit. But again, I'm kind of, it's not really surprising me at this point because I have so much. The problem is I'm not a techie person, despite what many people allude to say, but I'm not a techie person. So I run straight StreamYard or straight YouTube. A lot of people use, I think at OBS, I think it's like Streamlabs or something like that. Either way, let's see if I can get down here to these. This might be a little drawn out process, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. No big deal. Hopefully we'll get through it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can get this open. Hopefully it'll work. I don't know if it will. We'll find out. I don't need to do this anymore. So we'll just go straight here. It's going to be add to stage. Hopefully you guys can hear that. This is some of the stuff that we did early on. This was produced though, as you can tell. A misconception. I just want to make sure there's no echoing.
Coming. Yeah, so as you know, Gabby Petito's water bottle you guys have in possession. So we were just wondering, if there are any updates, the family will get the bottle after the case is done, or are we waiting until everything is kind of wrapped up?
So the water bottle's been turned over to the FBI.
Okay.
So they're handling that. It's not in our custody anymore. That was done almost right away.
Okay.
And FBI Denver, they're the ones that will be pushing out any type of updates.
Okay.
Okay, since that was voluntary relinquished, we do want it to go to the Gabby Petito family if they so want it. But what's the process? Because when we were here and we turned it over to them, the officer that took possession of it said that they would be reaching out to us when the case was over, or...
Yeah, so that was whoever else was collecting it might have said that, but the reality is I would turn it over to the FBI, and they have victim specialists that work with the family to turn over any items to them.
Okay, and if they don't want the items, does it come back to, because we had Olivia fill out the paperwork for it?
Yeah, that'll be up to them. I doubt it, but that'll be strictly to them since they're in possession of it.
Okay, so we need to reach out to the FBI Denver. Now, just what's the ETA on Brian's Laundrie's portion of the case being closed out?
That's I can't even comment on because that's all FBI Denver.
Oh, so they're taking over even his death, his suicide here.
Yeah, everything is documented under their case.
Their case. Okay,
And
so it's
they will
all
be-
connected with Gabby Petito, so nothing's going to be released until Gabby Petito's portion of the case is closed out.
Well, it'll be up to them to release what they want.
Okay.
We don't really have a say over any of that.
Okay, all right.
Since they consume the whole case, Northport's kind of just in a supportive role, and they're the ones that are lead on it.
All right.
So you won't be able to, it's just one investigation, federal investigation, and taking over this case, and not you guys.
Right, well, they've been lead on it for almost since the beginning.
So it would be up, like, in order for the case to be closed, the FBI would have to close the case.
Themselves.
Period. Not, like, you guys can't close any portion of the case or anything like that, or was there anything you guys were involved with, you guys can close it before them, or they have to close everything else all that first?
Yeah, so what we have opened up in a supportive role for them will remain open until they close their case. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, we're just trying, we're going to be doing some record requests for Brian Laundrie's
Well,
stuff.
we have a whole list of people that once this is closed out.
I'm probably one of them.
Probably, yeah.
You know, I've been filing mentoring with Josh. You know, he goes through the process on your records guy. I don't know his name offhand. But yeah, I filed him this one because he was just trying to get answers. The public wants a little bit, wants to know what's going on. The Tito family wants to know what's going on. The Schmidt family wants to know what's going on. So everybody just wants to know what's going on.
Well, the FBI is in contact
Yeah.
with Tito and Schmidt families, so they've been appraised on what they need to be appraised on, but any like updates for the general public
Yeah, I think we
will
need
come
to.
through FBI Denver.
All right, well, we appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a good day.
So that was just, there was a lot of controversy because we were the first people out to the area where Brian Laundrie was located after they released the scene. We were the very first crew, period. Before media, I mean, we did have Fox News was with the Petito or the Laundrie parents when they found him. So we kind of had the reporter to kind of help direct, and that's how we knew that they took a 90-degree turn into that one weird spot. Long story short, this was I just want to clarify, this was an area that had already been cleared by law enforcement, and they had just opened the park. We got in there. It took us about 2.5 hours to locate the specific spot where Brian Laundrie was located. While we were out there, we did multiple searches out there to locate this particular spot. On this particular day, we found it. And while we were going into this area, now mind you, this was a cleared area. This was inside the grid search. This was cordoned off, and this area was thoroughly searched by law enforcement. And when we went in there, something caught Olivia's eyes, and it was Gabby Petito's water bottle. We had also found some, animal bones or something else out there, but that wasn't, I think the day that we saw the water bottle was the day that we got a call from somebody that was out there that found like this rope in the tree. And people thought that this rope, might have been something that, people were still speculating on what was going on with Brian. We heard while we were there when they found him, they found the handgun next to him. That's what we heard. We could hear it on law enforcement radio. So it's not like something that we just made up and brought to people. Like, we heard law enforcement discussing this gun because we were there, and there was literally law enforcement everywhere. And their radios were on. So if you were close enough to them, not that we were intentionally being close to them, they were just everywhere. You could hear some of the discussions related to this firearm. But many people didn't believe how he, expired. So we told them, but since law enforcement didn't come forward with this gun, everybody didn't believe it. They thought there was another reason. He, medication, hanging, whatever. So we went out there. One of the people saw this rope, so thought he might have hung himself. So, we went out there just to look to see what was going on. We don't want to, we don't want to call law enforcement and interfere or get the people out there, all this other stuff. So we just went out there to look. The place is open. It's not like we're doing anything wrong. I just want to be very, very, very clear on this matter. We're not doing anything wrong. So while we were out there, we found this spot. We found some weird anomalies, enough that we said, in an abundance of caution, we need to call law enforcement out here. So we called law enforcement out there. I had to meet them at the path. They could not find us. I met them at the path. We came back. Everybody moved out of, he wanted us to move out of the area. We moved because we found clothing. We found a belt. We found a lot of weird stuff, socks, stuff that looked like that floated away. There was some water stuff out there. So law enforcement just said, at this point, let's just go ahead and get you guys out of this specific area. And we're like, okay, well, we'll go over here and search. Well, as we started going over here and searching, we were all kind of just spread out in our own little areas. We could see some orange, lines and dots and stuff on the ground. And Mom was like all the way on the other side of the field. And that's where she found her. And Olivia went to go run because her mom found something. Olivia went to go run toward her mom. And this thing caught her eye. And it was really hard to see because it had a lot of dried grass on it. It really blended in with the environment. It was greenish yellow, but in the spot it was so, the area was so green. I think the yellow top kind of stuck out because there was nothing yellow around there, like dying vegetation or anything like that. It was bright green. So I think that it just happened to catch Olivia's attention and she looked down. Now, mind you, our internet does not work out there. So we had no clue. All we know is law enforcement was already there looking at something else. So we literally call them over there and we show them the two other areas, and they didn't want to have anything to do with anything. They collected the bones. But they were tested. They were animal bones, and they refused to take the water bottle. And then a reporter was asking there, whatever his name, Josh Turner, I think is his name, was the public information officer. So he was, obviously dissing, like, oh, nothing of value was out there, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Okay, well, let me tell you something. That really kind of got under our skin because that was not true. Their law enforcement officers refused to take what was relevant to the case. Let's be clear on that. You guys left it there and then you refused to take it when it was found. Okay. So yeah, we didn't even know it was hers until after we were out of the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. And as soon as we were out there, we started researching photos of Gabby because she had a lot of Instagram photos and stuff like that. That's when we realized it truly was hers. And so we let Josh Turner know, and then he calls us a liar. And that was all it took. So after that, it was literally a Twitter war with Josh Turner. And finally, they come to their senses and realize we found this bottle, that it belongs to Gabby Petito. And then the FBI starts calling Olivia and saying, hey, we need you guys to take that bottle down to Northport Police Station and, turn it over. We need that water bottle. Okay. So that's what we did. Everybody and their mother said we planted the water bottle. First of all, if we interfered with a federal investigation, I just want to, people are just, I just can't. I just can't. But let me just explain it, for the people in the back that can't hear very well. If you interfere with a police investigation and you start interfering so much so that you're planting evidence in there for a click and a view, you bet your ass the FBI don't give a damn who you are, and they will throw you in jail. Period. For the people in the back, okay? I just want to make sure that we're very, very clear on this one aspect, okay? They don't care that who you are. At that point, I was just a political person that literally the state, the state of Florida knew who I was. That was about it, and only the political arena knew who I was. It wasn't like everybody and their mother knew who I was. It's not like I got some greasy elbows with some FBI and a posh, office. Okay. If I would have interfered within a police investigation, an FBI investigation, moreover, I can tell you that you guys would not be seeing my face right here. I would not be running the Bullhorn Betty channel, and I would most likely not be seeing the light of day in quite some time. So I just want to make sure that's clear. So anyways, we did follow up with the water bottle. And here's the reason why we chose to follow up with the water bottle. We wanted to make sure, one, that it was going to Gabby Petito's family. That was literally the most important. The next thing is, if they did not want it, if for any reason it was too hard, I didn't want the FBI destroying it. That was the other thing. I was hopeful, obviously we're hopeful the family has it or has received it or wants it or whatever, because apparently it was a special water bottle to her. So I'm glad we were able to find it. I'm glad we were able to turn it over. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of that. Pretty interesting. It's just a story. It's an experience that I truly got to have. And I'm very blessed that we were able to have these, this adventure. I mean, it was a sad case, but at the end of the day, we got to see the best in people. I don't know how to explain it other than that. And then here's another person that was out there. Well, actually, I think we'll go to the day Brian Laundrie was found. This should be interesting. I don't know what we're going to find on this file folder, guys. We're just going to just give it a whirl, right? See what all is out there. All right, guys, so I do not have the ability to go live out here, so I'm going to be recording and uploading. We're at the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. We've got a lot of stuff going on, law enforcement. We've got a helicopter up in the sky. I can't find him, but I can hear him. There he is. There he is. So we got a helicopter up in the sky. As many of you know, I saw Christopher Laundrie coming in today, after his attorney, which does him no justice. They need to fire their attorney, because him calling Gabby's memorial litter and telling us that we are torturing the family, that the media and the protesters are torturing the family, is ridiculous. What they've done to the Petito family is more torture than anything I or the media can do to the Laundrie family. At any rate, Wiki Environmental Creek Park, as you can see, we have law enforcement here. We've got quite a bit of media. Mr. Enton right there. And they are blocking all entrances. So usually when the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park gate is closed, how we get in is right here. And right now, law enforcement is there.
So just a minute ago, I seen multiple law enforcement on that bridge there. That is the Myakkahatchee Creek Park that connects to the Big Slough Preserve and the Carlton Reserve. Helicopters circulating in the sky around there, but I saw about 6 or 7 law enforcement officers just walk across that bridge towards the Carlton Reserve, towards that power line trail where it either goes to the Big Slough Preserve or back towards Venice at the Carlton Reserve. That's what I just saw. There's that same helicopter.
So there's the helicopter. But it also makes you wonder, because, this is the issue I'm having with this scenario, is that we've had a gentleman out here that came out and interjected himself into the investigation. He's been out here every day on motorcycles. Hold on, let me flip this around. What? All right, there's some officers coming back across the bridge there. So something has been found. We heard that there were some belongings of some sort found out here at the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, which abuts the back side of the Carlton Reserve on the Northport side of the reserve. So there is definitely some major activity going on. As you can see, we have the helicopter just kind of hovering. So anyways, I'm going to cut this so we stay under 3 minutes. All right, guys, hold on a second. I'm trying to find another video that we can look at right now. That was stuff that had been produced. So right now I'm looking for some stuff that has not. We did a lot. I can't express that. What's this? This looks like nighttime. Let's see what this one is. And this stuff is going to be raw, guys. So if there's misspeaking on here, there's misspeaking. Who knows you? Who knows what Bullhorn that he might have said? This is 2 years ago.
I'm just going to walk down the road and just show you what's going on. It's awfully dark here, so that the cars are still here.
I wish I could get it bigger than that, but I can't.
There. And down there.
It was dark, and all you could see was lights.
We got another.
This was literally.
There.
Hold on, give me just a second. I'm gonna pause it just for a second because I want to see what date that was. That was let's see what date that was. Hold on a second. Let me see where that was. That was, I think it was this one right here. Give me just a second. Let me show in folder. Let me find it real quick. There it is. And what date is this? Get info. This was September 19th. This is September. This video here is from September 19th, 2021. September 19th, 2021. This was literally like 2 days after the protest, the major protest that got almost to their front door. I was not there for that.
We got some neighbors.
It was my birthday. It was September 17th. That's how I remember.
We got the cops right there. I can tell you when I first got here, they had a line with a do not cross on it, and now it just looks like they've taken that down now on that side where I had to walk back. But we do have some officers here. We're having to park far away and bring our equipment up, so this is where I think I was before. They wouldn't let me get back here, but now they've taken everything down and let us back through here, but there's still a few police cars present, but nothing major. And this is where I was originally, that they wouldn't let me cross. I had to walk all the way around on Price just to get back here.
Oh, that sucked too.
Odd, don't you think, that they took the do not cross tape down? I don't know who told us, but somebody told us that they are probably going to be coming here to tow the Mustang.
We got that on video too.
Looks like some of the news reporters are starting to pack up now. But there's the truck.
And like I said, we were getting
There's
fed
the house.
information.
And then there is the Mustang in question.
And that did end up getting towed. That I think it was early the next morning.
People are speculating that nobody's home.
They were
That
there.
window right there on the side of the house, I put my finger up right there, was open yesterday when we were here. And it is all closed up and everything appears to be off, which doesn't mean a whole lot because it looked like nobody was home yesterday either. And obviously somebody has been there to close those blinds. We still have quite the crowd around here, so I'm gonna get out of that light.
Yeah, that's about to come to an end here in just a second. Let me get, you see all the people, they're just kind of, but I just want to tell you, you know, again, a lot of people with their misrepresentation of the situation basically told everybody that we were the cause of the disruption. As you can see, we were not the cause of the disruption. We were protested every 5 minutes on the hour. We let law enforcement know we were doing that. Nothing bad happened. And I don't know if this will come through or not because it's a little, yeah, it looks like it will. Okay, let me remove this one and let me add this one.
I'm going to be walking up here to this officer and finding out why they have not done any kind of
Ballsy Betty
search and seizure on the car or
I like this officer too. This officer and I became friends after this.
Information. See what we can find out because nothing's happened. We're sitting out here in the heat and you'd think after finding her body they would be out here searching everything from head to toe. So
you guys got to see this. I remember this.
Hi. My name's Andrew. I'm with the U.S. Press Corps. I just wanted to find out if you could, give me any information on why there has not been a search warrant conducted on the Laundrie residence.
Do you see this yellow vest?
Yes.
Do you think I know anything?
Yes, I do.
No. I have no idea.
And who would I get a hold of that may have
You
information?
have to talk to somebody with either our administration or the FBI on this. So.
Okay, because, poor girl's dead. And, it seems like nothing's being done with the Northport Police or the Sarasota County.
Boom, baby.
We've been sitting out here for days. Not one search warrant. You don't know? No comment?
No comment.
All right. Thank you.
I did my job then. I do my job now. Okay. The difference is I used to cover political events. Okay. Now I'm in the arena, but don't tell me. Okay. I know these officers. Okay. Again, politics. I have to deal with a sheriff, our county sheriff. He comes and begs our county for money and stuff like that. God bless him. He deserves it. And so does his lovely officers, just to throw that out there. But I know how this works. I know how those radios work, right? We know they all have the bud in their ears or something, So don't tell me you don't know something. Now, if you don't want to comment, then tell me no comment. Do you think yes, I do think you know something. Tell me what you know. Fighting for her then, you guys got to understand. And I did that respectfully. That's what people don't understand is I'm a nice person. I handle my business respectfully. I really do. This is why, I make such great connections when I'm out in places because you get that was cute. Come on. Look at that. I was smiling the whole time. Yeah, I do. I think you do know something, buddy. Give me that. Don't give me that. Come on. Oh, come on. Let's see what else we have in the old. Let's see. I know we got some stuff when I went like undercover in some stores and all kinds of stuff. Like we'll be here for a couple days looking at some of this old footage because it really was good work. I don't think we realized how what we were doing at the time. We were just, like I said, just trying to follow the information, trying to make heads or tails of what happened. That really truly is it. So
about I don't know.
Sweaty Betty, Sweaty Betty. There you get it.
A Laundrie house, active crime scene.
and there's heavy presence of FBI as well as some North Port City.
That was the raid. That was the infamous raid. They rolled up there quick, lickety split. Oh! Yeah, I was behind. I was at least past those people. If you weren't where I was sitting when this raid happened, you were stuck behind that line. We were stuck behind the line directly, literally directly across the street. Look at my chair right there. It's behind the yellow line. You know it, baby. I follow instruction. There you go. I'm telling you, I need to make action figures. You know, not like action figures, but you know, like we have there's the Sweaty Betty, right? We got the Sweaty Betty, we got Protest Betty, we got Machete Betty, we got Battery Betty. I mean, you know, we've got some figures here now. We need to capitalize on this, right? The Sweaty Betty, we need to make sure has the black towel over the shoulder and a little bit of drip coming out. Bedhead Betty. I love Bedhead Betty. Bedhead Betty is my favorite Betty. It really is. It really is. My disfavorite Betty is Butthurt Betty, right? Because it's somebody else's face, not mine. And that's gonna have to be one. That's gonna have to be one that has like magnets, so we can take off the face and apply whoever's the Butthurt Betty for the day. We'll change the face of Butthurt Betty. Oh, goodness. Good Lord. I have too much fun on here. Let's see what else we got here. Do we have... Ooh, I wonder if this is them pulling in. This might be them pulling in. September 20th. This might be them pulling in. Ooh. Let's see if we got... I know I captured the raid, at least a good portion of the raid. So let me see if this is it. What number is that? Yeah, I think the dates go up. Hold on, let me just make sure the dates go up. No, they go down. So that's what I have in that file. I think this might be it. Hold on a second. 9-1, there it is. Let's see what this one is. This is where I think they had the laundries already in the van. And those are all FBI agents.
The parents center. Are the parents still in there, or are they in the house? Okay. They're getting ready for the tow truck, aren't they?
Oh, this is the tow truck. This one, we got word that they were about to tow the Mustang. We got a word that, like, I think a day, within 24 hours. And that's the information you're not going to get unless you're there, like front row and center. Does that look like we're the only problem in front of that house? I'm just, I don't get it, but hey, they can't lie. Yeah. Actually, where we're standing is the neighbors. So if you can see their view right there, that we're on the neighbor's property. but we're the circus. Oh, Lord, I can't. I just can't. Look at all those people. It was never ending. Like, there was literally people everywhere. It was insane. I still live in the same house that I lived in at the time that this footage was taken. So yes, I still live in the same area. So that was another one, and they're just going to keep rolling on through. I'm going from the newest to the oldest. I'm trying to find videos. Not just, I've got a lot of stuff here, but a lot of this stuff is, oh, here's another one. I wonder what this one is. Let me see. I wish there was a way I could just share my stinking screen and not have to deal with any of this crap. Lordy, Lordy, haven't it? Whatever. I can't get it any bigger than that. And obviously my camera was all screwed up. It was blurry as hell. I got that on film too. We'll get there. We're not there yet. We'll get there, I promise. We got it all. We got it all, baby. So there was that one. There's another one. Sorry, I'm having to look at one screen. Oh, shoot. I keep doing that. I'm having to look at one screen. It won't let me put, maybe I can put a couple up here at the same time. We'll just roll them through. But I'm just going to go through these things very methodically, one by one, let you see what we were seeing. I think this is this the one we just saw? Let's see what this one is. This is the one we just saw. Let me see. Let me put a couple of them up here. Let me see if I can put a couple up. And we'll just roll from one to the other. So we got that one. We got that one. We'll do this one. And let's see if I can get one more. It looks like it's, oh, it's doing it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get one more up here. And then we'll just roll through them. That would be nice. So I got that one. I got that one. I got that one. And that one. Let's see what that one is. Okay. Looks like I got different ones. So we'll just play these.
Yeah, I'm open-minded to it, but...
Hey, Miss Ann. Yeah, I think we were waiting forever for the tow truck to come down, and this is when I didn't have a lot of memory on my phone. I didn't really know what the heck I was doing out there. Because you know, we just don't. I mean, I live stream on my my YouTube, but I mean, or not my YouTube. I was on Facebook at the time, and I was just getting started on TikTok. I really didn't know a whole lot. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't know any of this whole side of, you know, social media. All right, that's kind of lame.
Cleared the driveway, that's a Mustang. FBI parked their cars along there, and right there, tow trucks. Tow trucks are here, they're coming. They're most likely going to tow his Mustang there. Not sure if they're going to also tow anything else here, like the red truck or the camper or not.
Oh yeah, and also what's funny is it's kind of funny because back in this time, you know, I talked a little bit in the phone, but I didn't, it was weird. I didn't really explain a whole lot. Like I didn't explain what I don't think, because I was, like I said, I had never been out. I've never experienced something like this. I have never experienced something like this before. I've never experienced something like this after. We've been on a lot of cases, but this case here, there was nothing like it that I have ever seen before or since. This was the most intense murder case that I don't know if I'll ever cover a case like. I don't know if there will ever be a case like. We'll have cases that rise to, you know, worldwide attention. We have a habit of doing that. You know, I mean, like O.J. Simpson. We have a lot of cases throughout history that really make a global impact. This was one of a very small Instagram content creator that was capturing her travels around the country. Think of the irony of me covering this content creator and becoming a content creator myself shortly there. Actually, I didn't even realize what I was doing at the time was content creating. So even being on here, I just didn't realize what it was or what it was called. It's almost hard to believe. I get it, but it is a true story.
Here, media out here, across the street.
But you hear Jonathan explaining everything. You know, it's like, you know, I have to be honest with you. I did learn quite a bit from Jonathan being out there in front of Gabby Petito, at Gabby Petito's house.
Food trucks are ready. When they come, I'm actually going to sign off and make my own videos here. My own videos.
Oh, he must have been live at the time. Live on, I don't know if he was on Facebook or what. Sorry, Dr. Pepper calls. Okay, I think the tow trucks are starting to come. So let me go ahead and remove that one. This has got to be up. If not, we're just going to keep on rolling until we see the let me see. Oh, we're missing some agents. Let me keep going. So they're just waiting there to get the go-ahead from the federal agencies to come in and grab the car.
Step on back up the road. We're going to get this truck swung in, please. If you all move back, you'll be in the same position you were. And
oh, and the mud out there. Holy crap. The mud was insane. It was so wet and soggy out there.
come on, keep moving. Back in the garage, please.
Can't even get this thing out.
Make this as easy as possible.
Oh, damn. Sorry, I didn't know about that.
Coming back. Step back, keep moving. Thank you. There's good.
Gotta save the water. right, I think that's about to come to an end, and we'll move over to the next one. All right, give me just a second. It sounds like somebody's at my door. I'm running my live. All right, guys, I'm back. He had to reverse because it was such tight fitting quarters. I agree. That's why I said that they knew where he was in that. Because think about it. Actually, let me pause this for a second. So let's think about this for just a quick second. This is why I said they knew more than they said. They knew where he was. Think about a parent. Your son is going through all of this stuff. You see him kind of rolling into a depression. You know something that we definitely know. They knew exactly what happened. And your child drives off. And next thing you know, several days later, you don't see him, don't hear from him. Your car's not there. You get a call from a park ranger saying, hey, your car's been here for a few days. We need you to come pick it up. And you come to find out that it's in the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, 2 or 3 miles down the road from your home. You're going to tell me that you're not going to go look for your child? You're not going to walk out there knowing, obviously they knew the secret spots that he liked to go. They're not going to go out there and try to contact their son and see what's going on. They're not going to check on their son. I think they knew that day. I think they took a walk out there when they picked up that Mustang. And I think they looked for Brian. I think they knew exactly where he was. I think they saw him. I think that's why they went into their house and never came out. I really, truly believe while we were out there, they were inside grieving. I don't think it was a surprise to them 5 weeks later that they saw their son where they saw their son. I think that's exactly why he did that very immediate 90-degree bend, because he knew exactly where he was. Now, when Chris went into that shrubbery and found that dry bag, there was no path there. There was no path there. He went into, it was almost like a break in brush like this, and he walks right through it. Nobody knew on the other side of that brush that it was open and went right out to the dry bag. The way the brush looks, it looks like it's very dense. Only somebody that had been there would have known that. And that's why we agreed. That's why we kind of agreed in the group that he had to have known where it was and where his son was. We had spent 5 weeks. We watched law enforcement cover that area for over 5 weeks and search and search and search. And we have the laundries, and I think it was under 30 minutes, but it was above 15 minutes. So I think it was right around the 20-minute mark, 20 minutes from the time they get to the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. Okay, if we want to be conservative, 30 minutes. 5-week intensive manhunt. And within 30 minutes of the laundries walking out to the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, their son was found. I find that a little odd. Just saying.
Hey, are you close to the meetup spot or on the opposite side?
Okay, not much to see. So let me go ahead to the next one. Oh, this is when the crime scene, this is when they came in with the crime scene unit.
I can't go into the puddle.
That's the,
So I gotta wait.
that white van that you see, that's the van that I don't even think that was, I don't even know if that was a county van or a rental. For whatever reason, I keep thinking it was a rented van. I don't know why, but it was just weird. I don't know if it had Hertz on it or something, but either way, they went inside the house and grabbed a whole bunch of stuff, paper bags, boxes, a whole mess of evidence, and put it in that vehicle right there and transported it. Rain or shine, baby, rain or
There's
shine.
no way I'm gonna make that. Look, so I just got notification a few hours ago that FBI had converged on
This is where they
Reserve
switched the search.
About
Bad
3
move.
hours ago. I'm late to the
Bad
freaking
move.
game. There's a whole bunch of people already here, which is very upsetting to me. So
Take the next left onto Mabary Carlton Parkway.
I'll be back.
So let me see what else we got. Here's another one. We're just going to go through. I'm just going to go through my entire...
They are definitely out here. Something is going on. We've got all these news trucks around.
Okay, so what had actually happened to make them move over to that specific spot was, if you guys remember, maybe you don't, but there was another YouTuber out there or another content creator. It could have been Doug Live. I don't know who these people were at the time. I still don't know who Doug Live is. I heard he was standing next to me. I had no clue. Long story short is, where was I going with this? They found some kind of heat in a unit or something like that. And so law enforcement went to check it out, and they found some clothing or something fresh. They found something fresh, and it was they picked up the dogs picked up a scent, but the problem was there was another fugitive running from the law. So they actually found the other fugitive's camp, thinking it was Brian Laundrie. So they were hot on his trail, so they thought. So instead of leaving some people on the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park side, and then moving some assets over to Carlton Reserve and kind of taking the, multi-prong approach of coming in on both sides, they end up taking everybody out of Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park and moving them 45 minutes away from ground zero. That was one of the main reasons it took 5 weeks to find Brian Laundrie. That was the main reason. And again, these were some of the stuff that we saw firsthand, and law enforcement misrepresented some information in this very case about why they chose to do that. They talked about how hard it was to find Brian Laundrie because water was up here to this high up to their chest. Okay, yeah, maybe over in the Carlton Reserve area in the swamp, but we're in the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, and I've been trampling all over this park for a month, and I didn't swim anywhere. I'm just letting you know. I didn't have to get in a bathing suit. I didn't have to pull out my swimming skills, nothing. I was able to walk through that entire park just fine. So I'm very highly disappointed. People want to know why we were out there chanting justice for Gabby. It's because we're tired of the lies. We were tired of the lies.
There we go. So we definitely have things going on here. And I'm out here now trying to report what has been found, what information we can get, how close we're allowed to get. And of course, I just got done mowing my yard, so I'm out here just finding out some information. Anyways, I will get back to you guys and let you know what's going on once I get some more information.
So there we have it. Let me just keep going. Where am I? I think I passed all that. So here's one.
Officer up here and figured I would try to see what's going on. If they can provide us any information whatsoever, that would be awesome.
I don't know what format that image is. It's like a little slender thing, isn't it?
We'll see.
I guess that was the portrait view on that particular video. I don't know. Let me see if we can fast forward. Let's see what else we got here. Let me see if I can fast forward ahead to something a little more meaningful. What's this? Oh, I think we're going to get to the big stuff. I think this is when the big stuff starts coming in, because that's where I got all the heavy equipment and stuff like that. Let me get a few of these put up so I can just go through them instead of having to stop every single one. Where is the heavy equipment? I think we're getting to where they started bringing in like the mud buggies, and one of them's that one's too short. So it must have just been a second. Let me see what else we got. We've got a lot. There's just a massive, I can't express it enough, like literally a massive amount of just content that's just, it's ridiculous. And I'm surprised I've never done literally anything with it. And this is before the protest. This is just, what I would perceive as fact finding, just trying to figure out what in the world is going on out here. And it was really just crazy. I don't know how to express it than that. I do have equipment. I need to put that in. I had a lot of photos of stuff, but I didn't have a lot of videos of stuff back here. So I was actually going to do a book, but either way, let's just see what we got going on here. Okay, that was, I don't know what the hell that was, but
this will be right now. Go in a different direction, which is awfully odd. But just capturing everything I can.
I mean, again, the media attention was this. I mean, it was massive. I can't express anything other than how massive this was. Let me get past I think it was the 25th that we. Oh, and Christine Quinn. Christine Quinn was a politician, or she was running for a political office at the time. And can you believe, out of everything that was going on just in our backyard, there was not more people, more politicians out there trying to find out what was going on. I was like really highly disappointed. And then we get this younger politician. Her name's Christine Quinn, really nice gal, and she actually came out there and interviewed with some media, some journalists out there. Let me find this. Where is it? Is it this one? 3, 2, 3. Yeah, it's this one right here. But literally, the only politician, you've got this lady being this biggest, most. I can't express.
That's about an hour and a half north.
There's Christine Quinn.
About an hour and 15 minutes to here.
So what made you come? What made you come down here?
Well, I've been following the story, and we want justice for Gabby, of course. But for me, I think it's more to shine a light on that we cannot defund our police.
Oh, thank you, Lulu's Nana.
We need to fund our police and have special units that could have gone out and maybe really helped Gabby at this time in her life where she was just scared. You know, she is obviously a victim of domestic violence, and she doesn't know what to do. And she's with this guy, and she obviously loves him. They have a relationship, excuse me. So I'm sure that it's a tough situation to be in. And unless we're in it, we don't know. I mean, we can look at the tapes, and we can see that the police were called, and they did separate him for a night, but maybe there was a miscommunication of whose truck and whose van, right? And so our police departments aren't fully trained in every single aspect. So we need special units. We need to fund our police and get special units for domestic violence, sex trafficking. There's kind of like a list in the hierarchy of they need to discern the situation. Is this sex trafficking? Is it prostitution? Is this drugs? Is this domestic violence? I mean, there's a lot of questions to be asked. But in this particular case, Gabby was an adult, right? And so they questioned her and they asked her, but her abuser had scratches on his face. And so it kind of flipped the table and made it look like he was the victim. Maybe he was the one that was being victimized in this situation. So then it becomes clouded, and she probably got more scared. So they were separated. Somehow they came back together. This could have been avoidable if we were going to have had special units going in there and talking to her, coming along her side and taking her away from the situation and really getting her some help that she needed. And so I just want to shine.
She made a lot of great, valuable points. I thought she hit all of the points on their head. You know, the bottom line is Moab Police Department made some critical and crucial mistakes. I spoke to the assistant chief or something like the second below the chief when we were out in Moab, and they first of all knew who we were, which was nice because they still decided to meet with us anyways, knowing that we were recording everything that they were saying and doing, and they chose to meet with us. And my biggest thing is, you know, coming from domestic violence myself, you know, there is a point in just about every relationship that even the abused gets tired of it and starts defending themselves. And in my case, that was turned against me. It never went too far, but still, there's still those situations similar to what Gabby was going through. And here's the issue. I think the reason why nobody was taken to jail is because they truly believed at that moment that Gabby was the instigator. And I truly believe that they didn't want to arrest her. And I think that really is the nuts and bolts of it. They didn't want to arrest her. And I kind of understand that because I'm sensitive to situations like that because of my personal experience. But in that sense, I still wish they would have. I really do. It's not that the victim should be punished. But I just feel like had they done it, it didn't really help me when I was in an abusive relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to explain. It didn't help me. Okay. It took me just having enough and leaving and just finally just having enough and leaving. But I still feel like she might still be alive had they taken her. And there's just a piece of me, and we'll never know. We'll never know at all. It just won't happen. But just a piece of me feels like I almost wish they would have put her in jail. At least she would have had to call her mom and her dad to bail her out. They didn't have the money. There would have been more people that would have been aware of the situation. It's almost like a double-edged sword, but at the end of the day, they cannot, they can't prosecute her without evidence. And if there's no evidence to support it, she would have been let go. Sometimes you just have to let the justice system work the way it's going to work, And I just really believe that had she gone to jail, she would have had no choice but to call her parents. And at that point, it would have been now known about the issues that they're having. And I feel like that would have saved her life. And so no matter how you really look at this, I just feel like an arrest, no matter who it was, whether it was Gabby or Brian in this matter in Moab, would have saved her life somehow. I don't think it would have saved her life, honestly, if it was the other way around. I don't think that if Brian Laundrie was the one that went to jail, I still think the situation would have ended the same. I really believe it, because he would have just called his mom. His mom would have bonded him out and swept it under the rug and not let anybody know. And he would have been more angry with Gabby. She would have, her fate. I feel like if he would have went to jail, her fate would have still been the same. Had she gone to jail, everything would have been different in that situation. And again, it's just my opinion. Again, not to victimize the victim. It's not. That's not what I'm promoting here. I'm just saying I feel if something would have happened there at that moment, things may have been different. We don't have a crystal ball. We'll never know. Just the irony. I have people to understand the irony of two sets of complete strangers crossing paths with each other. So Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner watched Brian Laundrie hit Gabby in the face. And they knew other people were watching. They already knew that people from their store, from the Moonflower, were calling law enforcement. And they chose to get out of there. They didn't want to deal with law enforcement. And which, for whatever, she just got off work. People were taking care of the situation. It's not like Kylan and Schulte just said, oh, blah, 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 well, screw them. I'm driving off. As a matter of fact, they actually talked to one of their best friends about the situation and about how they hope this young lady leaves this guy that they just watched slap her in the face. But just think of the irony of these four souls just happening to cross paths with each other. That's it. They had no contact with each other. They just crossed paths. And within 30 days, all four of those people would be dead. 3 murdered and 1 by suicide. That to me is creepy. It's a little odd. It's a little weird, if you ask me. I don't know how to explain it. I can tell you, had they not crossed paths, we would not have covered Kylan Schulte or Crystal Turner's case. We would have never had an opportunity to speak and get to know Diane, Crystal's cousin. We would have never been able to at least help her and provide her some information because, in these types of cases, families are blocked out. And in this particular case, it was a little bit different because the Moab area was already under such scrutiny over Brian Laundrie and Crystal Turner that Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. Sorry about that. I didn't even know I had misspoke. I thought I said Gabby Petito. I just happened to hear myself. But they were already under such a microscope for that case that, this other case, it was like, holy crap, boom, boom, boom. This is a small community of 5,600, just to be on the safe side, 7,500 people or less that live in this community, Moab, Utah. It's small. Most of the people live out of their vehicles because their house prices are so ridiculously overpriced. You can't afford to live there and work at McDonald's. You just can't. It's just ridiculous. There was a house that was literally dilapidated. It was literally leaning. I'm not lying, guys. I swear to God, as God is my witness, this house was leaning. It was not structurally sound. Okay. And they wanted, I want to think, God, 350,000. I want to say it was 250,000, but there is no way because the prices in that area were so just disgustingly expensive. But it was ridiculous. And I'm just like, I don't understand. I just don't understand. But either way, we wouldn't have covered their case because there was such, Jason, in all fairness, I really think looking back on it, Jason Jensen was a very smart PI. He was one at first. I don't know how to explain it. I don't think I liked him too much. I thought I didn't know what he was doing, or, we were trying to get him some information. He wouldn't even call us back. I was like, screw him. Screw Jason Jensen. Who the heck is he? We'll find a way to get it. That's pretty much why we went to Lieutenant Kim Neal with our information, because we had identified several people going into. We had a murder board, so we had identified all these people going into Moab. And the craziest thing happened in Moab that I just. We went in there with 4 or 5 people. We left with 25 people. I had never seen something so crazy in my life. It could have literally been anybody. But the crazy thing was we were there, and within 24 hours, we had identified a potential person of interest. And it was a person by the name of Adam, that the people at McDonald's could not pronunciate his name properly. So they just said we call him Adam Pinkowicz. And I was okay. And they told us that this guy used to work there and hated the lesbian population. He was always really nasty to Crystal. She came in there. Everybody in that area helped everybody because it was so poor. So the people at McDonald's, people, even though they weren't supposed to be sleeping in the parking lot, they allowed their employees to sleep in the parking lot when they were down on their luck. If they needed ice, they could come into the store and get ice. If they didn't have food or have money for food, they could come to the store and get a meal. So it was like a little family there. Everybody took care of everybody. But this one guy was just really odd and almost wanted to knock Crystal Turner's lights out because she came in there for some ice and a quarter pounder. Not like anybody else hasn't done that before. And that was shortly before they were murdered. But the odd thing that put him on our radar was when the girls told us that he never came back for his final paycheck. That's what put him on the board for us, is that you have a homeless person that doesn't have a place to live. Everybody's living paycheck to paycheck. He's working at McDonald's. He's had an altercation with the victims. And he's disappeared and left his last paycheck shortly after their murders. Pretty much big red flags. So, they told us that it didn't seem like the police or the FBI were really helping. They came in there one time, got some things signed by them, and they've never seen or heard from them again. So we decided to take that information. Law enforcement already knew we were coming into town. Again, we reach out, despite what people misrepresent to their audience. And I shouldn't even be that kind. I should say flat out lie to their audience. We do reach out to law enforcement to let them know, especially when we're coming in, to fact find. So there's no concern of who we are, what we're doing. They know that we're there. So, for our protection too. So if they can, have an officer follow us around or, just keep an eye on us, it's always a positive, right? Nothing can hurt from that. So we ended up going over to Lieutenant Kim Neal. And I want to tell you, this man is a pompous ass. I've said that from the day I met this man. I will say that to the day I die. He's a pompous ass and has one of the people that I think are toxic to law enforcement. When you feel that you are so good that you do not need help, you need to pack it up and get out of law enforcement. That's just my opinion. I've always said that I'm very particular about certain things, and you can't close off leads. And that's what that man did. I thought it was very bad for the case. I've never seen anything like that. You guys know, I talk to people. I have friends that are in law enforcement. I've got, I've never seen that. Okay. I've never heard of that. I've talked to several friends that have been in law enforcement. They said that's really, really poor. You got to be open. You got to be beyond reproach. But we did send that information off to him. He basically laughed us out of the office and told us to go solve the case since we know it all, right? Okay. Well, we didn't obviously solve the case, but I just found it, and we never knew this person was truly the one responsible for it until like a year and a half later, right? But I just thought that must have really been a tough pill for that man to swallow, because whether or not he knew about Adam or Adam was on his radar by the time we showed up, it's no consequence. But just think about that. Within 24 hours, you got a team of YouTubers or content creators coming into your town, and within 24 hours, they find out who murdered the girls. If it took them longer than 24, 48 hours to identify who murdered the girls, I feel bad for them, because that's how long it took us to identify that. There were still a lot of people on the list because, again, we weren't getting any movement from law enforcement. Nobody was directing us, so we had to look at everybody. There were a lot of people. There were a lot of scumbags in the area. But the crazy thing is at the end of the day, neither one of the cases had anything to do with the other. It's just that simple. But getting back to Jason Jensen, I believe he was a smart PI. He made sure he got the attention that he needed on that case by attaching it to Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. I thought that was very smart. He was able to bring attention. He definitely got our attention, right? So kudos to him. I got to tell you, when we finally did meet with him and talk to him, he was a very normal, sweet guy that really just wanted to help. And I can honestly tell you, when that man said pro bono, right? When he told Sean Paul Schulte that he would help him pro bono, guess what? Hey, Steve investigates. SF investigates. You know what? What Steve did when he told the family it was pro bono? It was truly pro bono. He didn't charge them a damn thing, and damn sure didn't ask them for gas money. Just saying. Just saying. So let's see if we got anything. We got some good stuff here. Let me see what else we got here. We got that. Gabby Petito. This must be more. Let's see what's in that. This might be the other stuff. I think this is the other stuff. That's the 19th, 20th. Oh, yep. Here's the other stuff. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is after when we started protesting every hour on the hour. Here, we got some good stuff coming up now. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got in the vault. And I'm just going to keep playing some videos throughout the next few days, just as we remember, what happened to Gabby Petito, the reason why we know each other, right? At the end of the day, without this case, you guys would never have met me. I would have never met you. That's how important this case is to me. These might be the other ones. Hold on a second. 22. I'm going to go back to the raid. I know I have the raid. I literally recorded them pulling into the driveway. I need to find that stuff. It may have been on one of my lives. It may have been live at the time. And this was before I had, and then we started getting the, this is when we started getting the memorial set up for her. Let's do the memorial one here. Hopefully it's long enough. I can't remember how long any of these things are, so just bear with me.
Some more flowers have been delivered from Port Charlotte Florist. Right there. They were just delivered, so we've got a nice little memorial.
We started it with that one stick in there.
Now that the officers and everything are not preventing flowers from being distributed to the home that Gabby lived in, we're having a nice little memorial. Makeshift memorial right here. Justice for Gabby, baby. Justice for Gabby and the Petito family.
Let's see what else we got. We got more. I talked to a lot of people out there. Oh, we got some protesting. There we go. My favorite. It's my haters' favorite time of the day. Yay.
Helped your son flee. You probably destroyed evidence. And we want the truth. Your daughter knows you guys are guilty of something. Your attorney knows you're guilty of something. Gabby's life mattered.
There you go, baby. I think we should end with that. We're at an hour and 37 minutes. Guys, I want to thank you for being here, taking a walk down memory lane of how Bullhorn Betty became Bullhorn Betty, how we all got an opportunity to meet, and the first major battle that I went up against. And it was these horrible, despicable parents that knew exactly what happened to Gabby Petito before Brian Laundrie ever made it back to Florida. I said that when I found it. I guarantee it's on my Bullhorn. I've got it recorded somewhere. And there's that crazy Bullhorn lady. Right? But we fight, and you guys don't understand. These parents didn't give a damn about what their son did to another living human being and what they did to Gabby's parents is wrong. It was wrong. It was sad. And it's something that, maybe some people can sit by and sit on their hands and not say anything and just turn the other cheek or shove it under the rug. But I'm not that person. If I see something wrong, I fight with my mouth. And I fight hard. And there is not anybody that's going to tell me in this country, while I sit in the United States of America, when or where or how I seek justice for these victims. If I'm on public property, that is property I, as well as every single one of you, own. That includes streets, sidewalks, public easements, county buildings, county parks. I do not break the law. I encourage people to follow it. And that's why I choose to follow it and do it the right way. And let me just tell you, I do it during business hours. Okay? So typically when I'm in front of people's houses, most of them are at work. In the case of Gabby Petito, the media purchased everybody's front yard for thousands of dollars a week. People were making bank renting out their front yards. They went on vacation, folks. The homeowners of those houses weren't there. There was like maybe one or two. And the older gentleman refused to leave. Yeah, he didn't have to leave. He didn't need to leave. But you can't complain about media being in public easement, because he wasn't complaining about me. He wasn't complaining about Jonathan. He was complaining about everybody. It wasn't one person being singled out. It was the whole thing. Well, there was not a whole lot anybody could do. Law enforcement couldn't make people leave. It's against the law. People don't realize that. So they can't force us to leave. They have to just make it as comfortable as possible for everybody. You know, we were very strategic. We didn't carry on for hours on end. It was 5 minutes. It was something that we worked out even with that neighbor. I mean, granted, if we went over our 5 minutes, he would be out there hitting his clock. But, you know, we try to work as much as possible. But this, at the end of the day, we were out there doing a job. It was sad. We had a lot of information. We went to a lot of stores. We tried to find out if he was camping out there, what he was doing. There was another guy that was out there that was just weird, knew Brian. I feel like that guy saw him out there. I feel like he knew he was out there. He just went out there way too much. And he was in the area that Brian Laundrie would have been in way quite a bit. Now, where Brian was is there was the Live Long Trail and the Live Long Return Trail. It's like one big kind of loops. It's like a horseshoe, right? And he may have stayed on there. And if he would have stayed on the trail itself, he would have bypassed and went right around the area that Brian was. So there is a possibility that he was out there and never saw Brian, but he seemed to know who Brian was. He seemed that he knew where Brian, you know, ventured out to when he was in that park. This was not the first time Brian had been to that park. Right, apparently, you know, Brian has hung out that park, you know, many times. So, and that's, again, you know, even Christopher Laundrie said, you know, I know my son's favorite spot. Well, then you knew your son's favorite spot the day you picked up the Mustang. Again, going into my theory that I truly believe that Brian's parents saw his condition that the day that they picked up the car. I just, if you're missing a child, I just keep trying to think of what my mother would do, right? If my mom knew I was gone and she knew where my car was and she knew it was a park that I used to frequent, it would be natural for my mother, with, you know, just not even thinking about it, it would be natural for my mother to go check out my favorite spot to see if I'm there. I think that if any of your kids were missing, and if you got kids of the driving age and their car is in a place that they used to frequent, I can't imagine you just picking up the car after your child disappeared and they're, you know, you got park rangers calling you to come get your car. I mean, I can't imagine you just coming to pick up the car and saying, okay, I'll come get the car. That just doesn't seem natural to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sure, you know, that they went out there. I can't say, nobody will know. Okay, we're never going to know. But for me, it just doesn't seem natural that they would just pick up the car and go home. It just doesn't seem natural to me. I just think the parents' curiosity, they were in fear. They knew let's be honest, we now know they knew what happened. So that, you know, back then when this was going on, we didn't have that information. We thought we knew it. We had enough information to corroborate that they knew it. But, you know, at the end of the day, having corroborated information, we'll say information, and even with that corroborated information, how true is it? You know, or is there a chip on this person's shoulder? Do they not like their neighbor? You know, there's a lot of things that you have to look into as people. But the good thing is the people that are across the street had no qualms with the neighbors or anything. They had just recently moved in. So there was no hostility from neighbor to neighbor or anything like that. They were all still in that new honeymoon. I just moved into the neighborhood phase. Okay. So they had no reason to lie. They had no reason to misrepresent any information. And they were very free coming with, what they seen, heard, and saw. So, I definitely would have had my first jail time. Yeah, it was hard, and then just and this is what really got under my skin. I think the most out of all of it was when they found Brian Laundrie, and Roberta decides to come out in that black veil and whatever the hell she was wearing. I was there, and I'm like, I thought it was a joke. I honestly thought somebody was sneaking on their property and doing that. When I saw her, I thought it was like one of the neighbors were doing this. Because it was, people were doing weird stuff out there, like throwing laundry baskets in their yard. And I went out there one morning, there was literally like 20 laundry baskets in the yard. I mean, it was just crazy stuff people were doing. So when I saw Roberta in this black dress and veil, I really thought that this was somebody pranking, like, acting. I don't know. I truly did not believe it was Roberta. It was confirmed to be Roberta. It was Roberta doing that. And I'm just like, you've got to be joking, lady. You have hidden your face in your house with your head down, knowing all this freaking information. And the day you see your son, which at that day, I even told him, I'm like, you knew where he was. You knew where he was. And you wait. And then you want to come out and prance in front. She wouldn't even show her face for 5 weeks. The day they find her son, she just so happens to come out the front door in a black. Come on. Give me a break. That was so scripted. It was sickening. I just can't. I can't. Yes, it was odd. It was just odd. But anyways, guys, thanks for coming and walking down memory lane with me. We'll do another segment tomorrow, and I'll get a few more clips out there that you guys can see. I'd like to get you guys to see some of the other the undercover Betty. Undercover Betty, right? I didn't even realize I was undercover doing this, now that I look back on it, I was being sly, trying to get some information. I'm a little investigator over here. Come on, give me a break, right? So anyways, I want to get to some of those and let you guys know just truly how hard we did work on this case and bringing true and real information to our audience just to inform them. Like I was not a content creator at the time. I just want to make sure everybody's clear. I was out there in a journalistic aspect because, again, that's what I was doing in the political realm. As you see back here, before I was even Bullhorn Betty, I had my media badges. This is not something that I just did when I developed this show. Now that I'm here, now that I'm Bullhorn Betty, I don't need to be associated with the U.S. Press Corps. Okay, I have my own credentials as Bullhorn Betty because this is what I do for a living. And that's what I am. So there's a lot of differences in the way I do things now than I did then. But, I feel like we did great work there. I feel like we did great work on Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner. And I think we did amazing work on the Summer Wells case. However, it was the Summer Wells case that really put our team under attack because we had just done Gabby Petito, just done Kylan Schulte. These people didn't know who we were, but we were making waves, and a lot of people were paying attention to us, and it made people upset. I think that they felt we were pulling money out of their pocket. And I still believe that's why they chose to set their sights on us and attack us, because we were doing something that nobody was really doing at the time. We were going out there and getting the information and bringing that live to our audience. And we were truly creating that content that they were seeing. And then you have Olivia doing these amazing documentaries. They just never liked us. And it's okay. We pushed our way in and here we are. So bam, guys, and as much as they kicked us around and knocked us down, and people were like, well, Olivia's numbers and JLR's numbers, they've been doing this for years, literally years. I've been doing work in a journalistic aspect since 2019. I am the greenest person that was on that team. Olivia had been making documentaries for years. JLR had been reporting on crime cases for years. I was the new kid on the block. I think I'm doing fantastic. I have got, 25%. I've got like 10% of their experiences, both of them. And I capitalized 25% of the, I think I did amazing. And we're still growing. We just have growing pains. We have some things we need to get resolved so we can move forward on a solid and meaningful foundation. And that's it. I'm not jealous. I'm very proud of the work that we were able to accomplish together. I'm very proud of the accomplishments that each and every one of us have been able to do individually. I'm happy to see everybody growing. It's amazing because we always believe no matter how much hate we got, if you provide great content, people will pay attention. And so we always kept true to that. I'm very proud of that. And we've come a long way. We really have. And it's been a bumpy ride because of all the negativity that was created for no reason. All the mountains made out of, mountains made out of molehills, or what, if I got that backwards. You guys know what I'm trying to say, But now, I feel like we're starting to get good footing to start propelling forward and doing better work and helping more families and just doing our thing. That was helping. Was that helping Brian Laundrie's family? Hell to the nah. Was that helping Gabby Petito's family? You darn right. You've never heard them come out and say anything negative about us. You never heard Kylan Schulte's family ever come out and say anything negative about us. It seems like the only time we get negative publicity is when we go after despicable people that do despicable things to people they love. The criminals. Yeah, we go after them. And we go after corruption. We don't like either one. But one thing I can't stand is somebody that hurts a kid. You can hate me till the cows come home. You can hate me. Every hater in here can clip that. You can hate me until the cows come home. Somebody hurts a child and law enforcement doesn't want to put their butts in jail. Yeah, you're going to hear me. They're going to hear me too. Believe that. Because we're not going anywhere without kicking and screaming. Believe that. Hate me. I'm mean. Wow. All right, guys, I love you. God bless. Have an amazing day. And don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe and kind to one another, especially in the comment box below. I know nobody ever listens, but I really, really appreciate, there's enough hate in this world. Can't we all just get along? Peace out.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.